All right, so I know we're supposed to fast, but what's the point? Why do it? Some thoughts coming up on a moment more. So fasting is something that we always hear about. It's something that we know about, but the question is, do we really understand it? Like, why do it? What is its purpose? What is behind it? What does giving up ranch dressing have to do with maternal ending of my soul, with the way things are always going to end up? What does giving up peanut butter for 40 days have to do with Jesus Christ? It's actually not a bad question. But if you had to kind of begin to peg something, it's become one of the general ways that we separate ourselves from the world. The things that we have come to find that we are attached to. What's one of the popular ones? Social media. I'm out 40 days, social media. If I am giving up something that I love to eat, people give up meat for 40 days, or people give up bread for 40 days, or people give up meat and bread for 40 days, or people give up meat and bread and social media for 40 days. But it comes back to the question, for what purpose? What's the point? Is it just a random challenge that we're going to challenge ourselves and see what we can do? It's more than that. As we separate ourselves from the world, as we separate ourselves, detach ourselves from things of this place, things that are fleeting, we realize that that's not easy. And so it takes a constant and consistent no. It's a self-denial. It's a self-denial. As you hear the prayers that are peppered throughout Lent, it's this coming back to a self-denial. And the more we say no to something, the more that we want something and desire something, and then realize we want and desire it and say no, then it builds this habit, both this practical and spiritual habit of self-denial. That I have a desire, I have an urge, I want this ranch dressing. Oh, I have a salad, ranch dressing, this would be perfect with ranch dressing. No, I'm going to put whatever else, Italian or Thousand Island or French dressing, is that still a thing? But I begin to say no, and I choose something that I may not desire as much. And I reject that which I want, that which I am attached to. And it's that willpower that begins to expand. How often we just realize we have no willpower. It's like that Pringles can. Was that you can only eat just one? You can't eat just one. How far you open a bag and you realize you're a third of the way through it, halfway through it. We don't even realize the weakness that we have, that our willpower is so atrophied. So what we try to do in this Lent, the purpose of giving up something that we are attached to in this world physically, is to deny that, to say no to that desire, and to build a habit of it. Because when we begin to build a habit of saying no to these things that are less important, then when something big comes, when I'm truly tempted with something that can affect my eternal soul, then I can turn towards that and say, I'm used to saying no. And like I said no to this, I'm now going to say no to you. So that's this purpose, this strengthening, this steeling of our resolve, the strengthening of our willpower. So that's part one, the strengthening of it. Next time we'll turn and say, well, where can we point those graces? Where can we point this newly strengthened willpower towards? I think that's a part that we often miss. But that's next time on A Moment More.